All right, what is going on? Larry White here, catalyst and creator of opportunities. And one of the pleasures that I have with having such a large national reach is I get to talk with and speak with people in real estate that have been doing this a hell of a lot longer, sold a hell of a lot more homes than I have, and just bring a whole different twist to real estate. So right now I have my man, Robert, Mr. Technology, as I like to call him over there.
That's funny.
That has been in, man, Robert, how long have you been in the real estate business down in San Diego, California?
You know what, Larry? I've been in the real estate business since 1986. I started in the title business and slinging profiles to the realtor lender community. And then in 1990, made the jump to mortgage banking for 15 years while I was also selling real estate. And then really, ever since then, I haven't looked back. You know, with some REO market sprinkled in there.
Yeah, like, and tell me, you have a very, like, we have some common threads there, and the default or foreclosure space being one of them. I hear that you used to sell quite a bit of foreclosed homes back in the day. Is that right?
You know what we have? We've had our fair share. We were closing anywhere between 50 and 60 a month. Fannie, Freddie, 44 different banks. Actually, Larry, what's funny is I had my team completely dialed in this last foreclosure market we had, 5, 6, 7, 2000s, and 8, 9, and all that. But I had a chance to build up my team to where it was cooking with, just also on all cylinders. And so I basically, the more I got involved, the less it would run smooth. So I stepped away and I went traveling all over the country, training agents how to get into REO, how to stay into REO, and all the moving parts. So Fannie, Freddie, 5-Star, Rio Mac, they would hire me to train their agents on how to get into foreclosures. It was awesome. So much fun.
Beautiful. Now, I know that we're going to talk about what you've been doing the past couple of years, but before we get into that, so are you using a lot of that? Are you starting to position agents? Because I feel that the market is high right now, and after it's really high, it goes really low, right?
That's
so
right.
whatever your personal opinion is on that, are you starting to position yourself and your team members, the agents that you work with, for that next default cycle right now?
Absolutely. The one thing we're doing with some of the folks like Jeff Russell and some of those guys like yourself, we're positioning ourselves because we know that's going to come back around. Not that we want people to lose their homes. Let's be that very clear about that. Sure. But it is what it is. People end up biting off way more than they can chew, and that's great. But that just happens. So yes, I'm positioned. Staying in contact with my default, my asset managers. We're doing a lot of BPOs, Larry, right now, which is kind of an indication that we're going to start seeing some more of that. So we always have continued to do the BPOs for the banks. And when you see an uptick in BPO requests, that definitely is kind of an indication that it's on its way back.
Okay. And just to give an example, so a lot of people say they have REO experience. How many REOs do you think, like you sold 60 a month, how many REOs do you think you've sold over your time frame?
We were adding those up. My mother, who was an REO broker, she was actually when it was called bank repos in the 80s.
Okay.
Reared its ugly head again in the 90s, early 90s, with the BPOs on the legal size paper with the photos with the glue stick, and you pop them on. Oh my God, the BPOs were like this thick. It was amazing. And we added it up to about just over 19,000 REO properties in my family combined. And the last REO market that we experienced in the 2005, 6, 7, 8 range, we were carrying about 1,000 properties at any given time. I had 385 just in my own personal Robert Weichelt portfolio. So I've probably been over 3,000 just myself.
So if an agent is interested in that segment, you would love to talk to them. You can help position and guide them in that direction. Is that right?
Absolutely. I saw your post yesterday and I swiped it immediately because it was fantastic. And again, I just want to make sure we're clear. I'm not wishing upon that on anyone, but what it is, the banks need experts. that are going to be able to yield them the highest and best price, the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headache.
And we also make that transition easier for the consumer as well. Like that client that's going through one of the hardest transitions they've ever have. That's our job, is to help them make that as smooth as possible on that same note. So I totally agree. We are not advocates for foreclosure, but when that happens, we can't control if it happens. How do we make that as smooth as possible for the banks, for the people that are having the hardship, and everywhere in between?
And that's really the deal, Larry, is making sure that we have the group of dedicated folks that you're well aware, since your nationwide reach into that space. You know, in training agents all over the country. At the one time, we had 75 offices in 6 states.
Wow.
So it was an amazing system. So, it's
okay.
Interesting times.
Very cool. Very cool. So you made it through this last cycle, this last downturn. And then it's really interesting. I know that you started transitioning into traditional real estate.
About 2012.
About 2012, which is awesome. And then what the heck have you been doing these past couple of years? I'm hearing like you've been in the political side of San Diego. Is that right?
Well, yeah, let me tell you, this is a funny story, and my wife is actually behind me. So if you hear a chuckle from her, that's what that is. I'm a big fan of housing. I think we need more of it. I think we need it to be more affordable. And so anything related to housing, whether it be affordable housing or housing affordability, 2 different things, to middle class housing, workforce housing. We have plenty of luxury housing, but we need workforce housing. So my big push, and always has been, is let's get more affordable housing, not just subsidized housing, but homes that our kids can afford. I would love for them to live in San Diego. So I've taken a big role in helping get housing out on the streets. It's too expensive. 47%, Larry, 47% of the cost is up front before you even pound a nail. That's too much. So with my work I'm doing up at the San Diego Association of Realtors, I'm this year's vice president, and a platform to help with the housing. Well, anytime you're really passionate about a topic, it takes you into some other different areas, and it's so political. So it kind of came up saying, you should run for city council. And I said, hey, you know what? This sounds like a fun idea. So the last 2 years, I've been entertaining the opportunity, 17 and 18, entertaining the opportunity to run for city council for District 7. At the turn of this year, moving into 19, I sat down with some of my political advisors. I sat down with my wife, and we both decided that I can do my housing, really help the housing market without running for city council. So, and not to be funny about some of the things they're working on, but I was really focused on housing and not banning plastic straws, for instance. So I really made a decision in January to focus solely on what I do best, and that's help people buy, sell homes, but help the housing market.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So now, like when we actually sat down and met, I think it was at Gratitude Cafe downtown San Diego there, you were telling me you were just exiting that, right? Yeah. And you were starting to rebuild your company, starting to rebuild your brand, because the amount of value that you can add for agents, how you can help them produce more business. Yeah. And I hear, because we work with a lot of the same people, you're starting an auction platform, or you're working with an auction platform. Tell me about this a little bit.
This is awesome. When I decided not to run for city council, because that took off about 2 years of my, I was more of in a reactive real estate mode. And because the city council thing was really, really important, and it takes a lot of time. When I made the conscious effort, my wife and I decided that I was not going to move forward with running, I decided to jump back into real estate full force, align myself with you and Jeff and Bob Mangold. This guy's amazing. I went up to a 3-day class on watching Bob do his coaching class. And I was like, wow, I'm reemerged. And the topic was the auction platform. So he was in California, just left yesterday, actually. He was in here a whole month. I brought him down here a number of times and introduced him to a bunch of folks. That was off the hook. But the auction platform, which I'm really the exclusive rights, nobody else is doing it in San Diego. And it's an amazing opportunity to get in front of for sale by owners, expireds, just all of them. It just gives you that one extra edge. And we have our first one this Saturday. And I'm really excited by it. The opportunity to get more listings, to get in front of more buyers, and to build my team.
So hold on for a second here, because we're talking about how awesome it is. I've worked on the auction platform and literally taught agents how to market and advertise auctions to differentiate themselves. And my biggest testimonial, I helped one agent take 42 listings in 1 month.
That's awesome.
Using an auction platform very similar to what Bob has developed here. So I know that it works, but why do you think it's so awesome? You're talking that it helps you get in front of more people, take more listings. How does that happen? Like right now, this is kind of theory and people are like, what the hell are they talking about, this auction platform? How would you take this and get more listings with this?
Well, you know what the first thing I'm doing is I'm reaching out to the for sale by owners. Normally, when I call a for sale by owner, and a lot of people have that call reluctance with for sale by owners because they don't have anything really different to provide these guys. The reason why a for sale by owner has said, I'm selling my home, but I'm not using an agent, because of one reason: they don't want to pay a commission. What we've done is this auction platform has created an opportunity for the seller to not have to pay the commission, and the commissions are paid through a buyer premium. So when the for sale by owner says, I don't have to pay commission, yes, please, where do I sign? They get all the tools to sell their home without paying the commission. So let me give you an example. Just last Monday, I said, you know what? I'm going to try this out. So I just got introduced to it a couple of weeks ago, and it's awesome. I called the for sale by owner. Actually, I shot him a quick text. I said, you want to sell your home with 0 commissions and close in 10 days? Call me. Boom, my phone rang. Hi, I'm returning your call. I'm like, you're kidding. That's fantastic. Let me tell you how it works. Boom, she's all, where do I sign up? I sent her the listing agreement through DocuSign, and the auction is this coming Saturday. Never met her, never been to the home. That's awesome. So it does work.
Yeah. Okay. And so you can, again, right, because we teach a lot of systems, right? Like if you follow these steps, you can help agents duplicate what you're doing. Is that right?
That is correct. And that's my goal. I just picked up Sandra, who will be working with me. There she is. Hi, Sandra. She's on this, learning from this right now too. I'm taking this and I'm training agents on how to do exactly what I'm doing. Get in front of the folks that have their hand up. They want to sell. Now we have a platform to go out and get those listings. You know what? I like that challenge. I don't know if you noticed that, but you said you had somebody do 42 in a month. I'm going to do 43. How's that sound?
Okay. Keep in mind, he does spend about $12,000 in marketing advertising, and we just had to shift what that messaging was. Right? But that was literally his largest. He generally takes 15 to 20 listings a month. We were literally able to double his production. And I think that you guys can do the same.
I think that's fantastic.
It opens up opportunities for what? For buyer's agents, for open house agents, right? Because now we teach them the things that are the top real estate agents in the country are doing on those platforms at the same time.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it's an amazing opportunity, and I can't be more, I'm just so excited. Not only do we get to help these homeowners sell their home, but we get to drive hundreds of buyers through the doors. And our buyer agents, our open house agents, that's like Sandra, that's all she wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And if we can get 100 people in the doors, we did the numbers. We figured if we can get 20 pre-approved buyers from that, I don't know about your normal open houses, but that's not normal. Yeah. And if you can work away with 4 or 5 buyers per weekend, can I get it? What?
Yeah. And the auction, from what I understand, the auction system, there's actually marketing dollars and stuff that is driving traffic.
Yes.
To open houses. Is that right?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
very cool. So I know, like, when we had first met, you had Weichelt Real Estate Services.
Sure.
You're tried and true. You've been in that market for a long time.
Yep.
And then you just, man, there's all of this buzz around like EXP, and you actually brought your entire brokerage over under this banner. And I
Yeah.
have to know, like, why would you do that? You owned your own brokerage, super successful in real estate. Like, what kind of like opportunities does that provide to you or the agents that join you in these systems?
Well, you know what? The auction, we were just talking about the auction. Just that tool by itself, driving many more. My goal is to have 10 active listings at all times. That's my business plan. That works perfectly within that. My goal is to have 10 selling agents or open house agents. So like 10 listings, 10 open house agents, and that platform of not having the lockbox on. There's one day of showing. We're driving buyers. We're driving in agents. And with the EXP model, heck, as soon as I joined EXP, I moved home. I'm in my home office right now. This is fantastic. It taught me how to keep more dollars in my pocket. You would think that being a broker owner of your own company, oh, I'm 100% commission. No, you're not. You've got the headaches of E&O. You've got your headaches of babysitting agents. You've got this is such a breath of fresh air for me. And with this auction platform, tying it into the EXP model made perfect sense for me. It was that next day. As soon as I met you, you explained it to me, done.
So it was just kind of like a perfect storm, right? You had these tools to generate more listings, which fits your goal of hitting 10 listings at any given time.
Yep.
We can build your teams. It makes your agents more successful. They pay less into the system. They have some ownership.
Yes.
And if they want to build these same teams like you're doing, like they have you, Bob, like they have 20 people like right there waiting to help them at this point.
It's been an amazing breath of fresh air. My business has been rejuvenated. I literally feel lighter. I feel like so much weight has lifted. I'm not kidding. Being the owner of your own company is like, it's just broker means I'm broker than the next guy. It's just a breath of fresh air being a part of something that's much bigger than me. I can tap into the Facebook group that we have. I can reach out to Bob. I can reach out to you. I can reach out to Jeff. Pat Hayes has been amazing. Yeah. I mean, just the people all in this group, it's just, it makes it fun again.
Very cool, man. Well, I can see the passion. I'm super excited to be partnered with you, be able to have more time with you, because I do think that you add so much value to agents. So right now, just to be clear, you are looking for open house agents, buyers agents that can handle pre-qualified leads. That is your immediate need of what you're looking for your team right now.
That is correct. I am currently hiring agents that want to do just that.
Okay. And you have the systems in place to generate the business, generate the leads, and help literally systematize that so they can duplicate what you've been doing, right?
Absolutely. The goal is I would love to duplicate myself on the listing side. So I'd love to have 10 listing agents that can tap into the same system that we're creating. And the beautiful part, they don't have to be in San Diego. They just want to have to go get listings. If they want to be a listing agent, I'm going to train them. I'm going to show them. I'm going to get them plugged into this system to go out and do just that. Get 10 listings themselves so they can create their 10 buyer agents, open house agents. I want to take what I'm doing and help my friends across the country do the same thing.
I love it, Robert.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Well, hey, I appreciate your time. I know it's super valuable and stuff here. So I appreciate you taking off a few minutes. My goal is to add value to agents that are in our networks when this gets posted, that they literally follow a system. 80% of agents don't make it 2 years in real estate. And literally there's systems in place that we're using that we can literally share with them to help them do more business than they've ever had before. So
Amen.
That is kind of the goal here. Guys, if you need anything at all, please, you'll have all of Robert's contact information. Reach out to him. You have any questions, call, text, or email me, myself. But Robert, I appreciate your time today, and I look forward to connecting with you. I'll be in, we'll spend a couple of weeks down there in July, and we'll do some fun stuff with training down there as well.
I look forward to it, my friend. I appreciate your time, and it's good to see you again.
Absolutely. I'll talk to you soon. Facebook, Instagram, social media, and we will talk to you guys soon.
See you, my friend.